All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful and, let's face it, fascinating of all the personality types, the INTJ. You might know them as the mastermind. We're going to break down exactly what makes this personality so incredibly unique.
So, does this sound like you? You're in a meeting, maybe just a casual conversation, and while everyone else is still talking about step one, your brain has already played out the entire chess match, all the way to the end.
And what about small talk? Do you find it, well, just completely draining? Like you're constantly wishing everyone would just skip the fluff and get to the part that actually matters? The part with a real point? Or how about this one? Have you ever been told to lighten up? Or maybe you've been called out for not asking for help. People can sometimes mistake your focus and your self-reliance for being, I don't know, cold or distant.
Look, if you've been nodding your head this whole time, there is a very, very good chance you're an INTJ. It's a personality known for its incredible ability to strategize, to see the future, and for a focus that is just unstoppable.
So, if you've always felt a little bit different from the people around you, I'm here to tell you it's not just in your head. It's real. Your brain is fundamentally wired to see the world as a giant, complex system full of patterns, connections, and future possibilities.
And you know, having that kind of wiring can lead to some pretty specific frustrations. You probably look around and just wonder, why are people so illogical? Why do they keep making the same mistakes over and over? It can feel really lonely when you see a huge problem coming that nobody else even seems to notice.
This quote right here, it gets to the very heart of the INTJ identity. See, for a mastermind, life isn't just some random series of events that happens to you. Oh no, it is a project, something to be engineered, optimized, and executed with absolute precision.
To really get this mindset, we've got to crack the code. So let's break down what each of these four letters, I, N, T, and J, actually stands for. Think of this as the blueprint for the mastermind's entire way of thinking.
First up, we have I for introvert. Now, this is not about being shy. Let's get that straight. It's all about energy. Big social gatherings drain your battery, while being alone with your thoughts is how you recharge. Your inner world, that's where the real action is.
Next is N for intuition. This is basically your built-in radar for the future. You're not just happy with what's right in front of you, you're always thinking about what could be. You're constantly searching for the patterns, the connections, the why behind everything.
Then we get to T for thinking. This is your operating system for making decisions. When you're faced with a choice, the very first question you ask is, what's the most logical thing to do here? Objective truth and efficiency will almost always win out over what just feels good.
And finally, J for judging. And hey, don't let that name fool you. It does not mean you're judgmental. It just means you crave structure. You need a plan. You thrive when you have clear goals and a sense of closure. You want to be in control of your world, not just a passenger in chaos.
Okay, so we've got the theory down, right? The blueprint is clear. But what does all this actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at how these traits come together to shape a life.
So let's imagine a guy we'll call Rahul. Back in school, while everyone else was focused on socializing, Rahul was focused on building his knowledge base. Later, when his friends were kind of drifting, unsure of what to do, Rahul already had a 5-year career plan mapped out. It wasn't about hopping from job to job. It was a slow, steady, intentional climb. And the result? Stability, success. Not by accident, but by pure design. He was playing the long game, just like a chess master.
Now, being this different often leads to a lot of misunderstandings. People might think INTJs are rude. The reality, they just value honesty, sometimes brutally so. Or they'll say INTJs have no emotions. Wrong. They feel things incredibly deeply. They just process it all internally. Arrogant? Nope. Just really, really confident in their logic. And the idea that they can't enjoy life? Oh, they enjoy it all right. Their joy comes from making progress, from mastering a skill, and from seeing a plan come together perfectly.
So understanding yourself is always the first step. But the next step is learning how to use that knowledge. Let's get into the INTJ's core strengths, their potential blind spots, and what a path to growth really looks like. Let's be clear. These are your superpowers. Your ability to see the big picture and create a strategy is second to none. Your focus is legendary. Your mind is a fortress of pure logic. And your independence, your vision, and your discipline mean you can build amazing things, often completely on your own. But you know, every strength can have a shadow side.
That powerful critical mind, it can become too critical of others and especially of yourself. That fierce independence can make it really tough to trust people and work in a team. And that need for efficiency, it can easily turn into total impatience with the messy, inefficient reality of the human world.
So the real path to growth isn't about changing who you are. It's all about finding balance. It's about tempering your logic with a little patience, remembering people aren't machines. It's about connecting your massive vision with empathy for the actual humans it will affect. And it's about learning to balance that independence with selective, trusted collaboration. That's how a mastermind becomes truly unstoppable.
Okay, we've covered the what, the why, and the how of the INTJ mastermind. So for this last part, and this is the most important part, let's bring all of this right back home to you.
So just think about it for a second. When you look out at the world, is your default mode to plan, to optimize, to analyze? Does the idea of wasting time on something inefficient feel like a personal insult? And when the chips are down, do you put your faith in cold, hard logic over a gut feeling?
If all of this has been hitting home, then own it. Embrace it. We're going to end right where we started, with this powerful idea. You are one of life's architects. You see the blueprint where everyone else just sees an empty field. So really, the final question isn't about who you are. The question is, what are you going to build?
एक कदम विकसित भारत की ओर